is Papilla ASMR. Just after I filmed my pizza mukbang with my top 5 favorite TV shows of all time, I thought I should have made it into a top 10 really. So I'm going to do that now. And this is going to be my 10 to 5 all-time favorite TV shows. It is raining here today, so I hope that will be relaxing to you rather than annoying. Today I've ordered a pizza with buffalo mozzarella and regular one, and the tomatoes are fresh this time. They're both red and yellow. So at number 10 is the IT Crowd. So I thought of having What We Do in the Shadows at number 10, but I've already talked about that one in my first video of this series. But I love the IT Crowd as well. It is so silly. For those of you who don't know it, it's a British sitcom. It was filmed live with an audience, and it is about a big company which has an IT department in the basement with these two very funny, nerdy individuals. And this girl joins them as the manager, but she doesn't know anything about computers, or computers as she says. And the show is basically those very awkward situations typical of the genre. I have a friend who hates them because he feels too bad for the characters. So he cringes too much, so that it's actually uncomfortable for him to watch those kinds of shows. I'd say this would be one of them. I haven't asked him though. Today the pizza is a little bit burned at the bottom, but I actually don't mind that. Apparently it's not good for you, but the pizza is too good for me to care at the moment. So at number 9 I put Portlandia. This show is so funny, but especially if you know that kind of life environment. I think that's especially funny. It's basically about don't know, let's say hipster culture. It's about life in Portland, Oregon, in the States. But if you lived, for instance, in East London in the last decade, I think that's pretty similar kind of things. So I think it's one of those shows where the jokes are funnier. The more relevant they are to you. And it's one of the funny because it's true kind of shows. And it's a sketch show. So an episode is made of short comedy scenes with recurring characters. And I love Fred Armisen as well. So yeah, I just love this show. And number 8 is The Simpsons. So I had to include The Simpsons. It is basically all I watched growing up. Of course, I mean, kind of the first maybe 8-10 seasons. Then it got very different and less funny to me personally. So I could not leave them out. After a while I found that many jokes were just too mean or too surreal for me. I don't know, but I do know that they changed all the writers at some point. So I think that's when I started not to find it so funny, I guess. I also loved it so much at the beginning because it was quite sweet and it had a lot of I would say humanity. Actually, I'm not sure if that's the right word, but yeah, it had sweet moments, and I love the relationship between the brothers and sisters, for instance. But after a while, it just got yeah, just very different. And number 7, I put The Office, US version. Yeah, so I love this show. I just love it. It took me quite a while to get used to that kind of humor. And I think I struggled all throughout the first season, the first time I watched it. Just because I don't do well with characters of the you love to hate kind. Once I got into it, I enjoyed it a lot. And let me get another bite. I also think that a lot of actors in the show have a very ASMR voice and way of speaking. So both Pam's and Michael's voices, I think they would be very good for ASMR. And even Dwight, actually. The character of Dwight, in some cases. Okay, so number 6. It had to be Friends. I already feel bad that I didn't include it in my top 5 list. I didn't include it in the top 5 because it is mainly a nostalgia kind of thing for me. I used to watch it so much when it was running, and I was in my teens, which was perfect timing, really. And like they said in the reunion that I watched recently, it was something that became so familiar to people. And it was also very funny to me at the time. I find some things much less funny now, but in general, I still love to watch it sometimes. So, yes, I do love comedy. I do watch other types of shows, but I always come back to that. I think at the end of the day, laughing is my favorite thing in life, with food. So, yeah, I enjoy making these videos very much. And I hope you like this video, and if you do, you may want to watch the rest of the list, my top 5, which I'll link below. Buon appetito e a presto!